What's a lesson you had to learn the hard way? Being nice doesn't mean people won't screw you over. I used to work maintenance at this rundown apartment building on the west side. Most people there treated me like I was invisible. I'd fix their busted toilets, unclog their sinks, and they wouldn't even look up from their phones to say thanks. But there was this one lady, Mrs. Klein, in apartment 2B, who was different. She'd always stop to chat, bring me homemade cookies, tell me stories about her husband who died in the war. One Tuesday, her son Mark shows up while I'm replacing a light bulb in the hallway. Nice suit, expensive watch, the whole deal. He pulls me aside and says his mom's getting older and he travels a lot for work. Asked if I could keep an eye on her, maybe help out with small stuff. I said sure, no problem. She was sweet and I had the time. Started small. I'd grab her milk and bread when I went to the store, walk her little terrier around the block because her knees were bad. She'd slip me $20 here and there, but honestly, I would have done it for free. Then one night around 2 a.m., my phone rings. It's Mrs. Klein, voice all shaky, saying she fell in the bathroom and can't get up. I threw on pants and ran over, called the ambulance, rode with her to the hospital, stayed until her son showed up at 6 a.m. Mark gave me this big hug, said I was a lifesaver, promised he'd make sure the company knew how great I was. After that, I started doing more. Fixed her leaky faucet on my day off, helped her move furniture around. She'd always thank me, sometimes cry a little, say I reminded her of her husband. Made me feel good, like I was actually helping someone who deserved it. Then 2 months later, she died in her sleep. Natural causes, she was 84. I went to the funeral, stood in the back, didn't talk to anyone, just paid my respects and left. A week after that, Mark calls me, but his voice is different now, cold. Says some of his mom's jewelry is missing, a gold bracelet and a diamond ring that belonged to his grandmother. Says I was the only non-family member who had access to her apartment. I felt like I'd been punched in the stomach. I told him I never touched anything, never even opened her dresser drawers. He just said the police might need to talk to me and hung up. Next day, my boss calls me into his office. Apparently, Mark filed a report and complained to the building owner. Said he didn't feel comfortable with me having master keys anymore. They suspended me while they investigated. No pay, just sit at home and wait. The other tenants started whispering. I'd walk through the lobby and conversations would stop. Someone spray-painted thief on my car. I called Mark a dozen times trying to explain, left voicemails begging him to believe me. He never called back. Police searched my apartment, tore through everything. My locker at work too. Found nothing because there was nothing to find, but the damage was done. Even after they cleared me, the building owner said they were going in a different direction and didn't renew my contract. Said they needed to avoid drama. I was unemployed for 4 months. Burned through my savings. Had to move back with my parents at 32 years old. Couldn't get another maintenance job because when they called for references, my old boss would just say I was let go during an investigation and leave it at that. Then one morning I get a call from a number I don't recognize. It's Mark, but he's not calling to apologize. He's calling from county jail. Turns out the idiot had sold his mom's jewelry online before the estate even went through probate. His sister found the receipts when she was going through his emails for something else. She called the cops. Now he's facing theft charges, fraud, and filing a false police report. He had the nerve to ask me to talk to his lawyer. Said he never meant for things to go this far. Said he was just stressed about money and made a stupid mistake. Asked if I'd write a letter saying he was a good guy who just panicked. I hung up without saying a word. Blocked his number.